Some people go through life genuinely confused about why certain people pull back from them, why rooms go slightly quieter when they enter, why people who seemed interested suddenly become distant without explanation. They search for what they did wrong. They wonder if they came on too strong, said something offensive, or somehow failed a social test they didn't know they were taking. But here is the thing nobody told them. They didn't fail. They simply have a presence that some people don't know how to handle. And there is a profound difference between being difficult and being intimidating. Intimidation without intention is one of the most misunderstood social dynamics that exists. And the people who experience it most frequently are often the last ones to recognize it, because they see themselves clearly from the inside, while others are responding to something they project from the outside without realizing it. The first hidden sign is that people over-explain themselves around you. They justify their choices without you asking for justification. They add caveats to simple statements. They preemptively defend decisions that were never under attack. This happens because they are unconsciously seeking your approval or bracing for a standard they assume you hold. The fact that you never asked for this is irrelevant. Your presence has communicated something about the level of quality or intention you operate at, and they feel it. The second sign is that people become unusually formal or careful with their language around you. The casual sloppiness that appears in most social interactions disappears. People choose their words more deliberately. They correct themselves mid-sentence. They seem to be editing in real time. This is not about you being intimidating in a frightening sense. It is about you representing a standard of communication or intellect that makes people suddenly aware of how they are presenting themselves. The third sign is that people rarely challenge your opinions directly, even when they disagree. Instead of saying you're wrong, they say that's an interesting perspective. Instead of debating, they nod and move on. This seems like agreement, but it isn't. It is the behavior of people who feel they cannot win the conversation and have decided not to enter it. The absence of pushback is not always respect. Sometimes it is a quiet form of retreat. The fourth sign is that jokes and light behavior tend to reduce around you, even among people who are normally relaxed. The group that was laughing freely becomes slightly more measured when you arrive. This is not because you are humorless or severe. It is because you carry a seriousness of purpose or depth of character that makes people unconsciously recalibrate how they are presenting themselves. You become the person people want to seem capable in front of, even when the situation requires no such thing. The fifth sign is that people remember what you said about them far longer than you remember saying it. A casual observation you made months ago comes back to you because someone built their behavior around it, adjusted a habit because of it, or is still thinking about it. You were moving on before you even finished the sentence. They were holding it like a verdict. This disproportionate weight given to your words is a clear sign of the level of influence your presence carries without you consciously exercising it. The sixth sign is that new people in a group defer to you before you have established any formal authority. They look to you when a decision needs to be made. They watch your reaction before forming their own opinion about something. They direct important questions your way instinctively. This is the group recognizing something your presence communicates before you have said or done anything to earn it explicitly. The seventh sign is that people confess things to you they did not plan to share. They sit down for a casual conversation and end up disclosing something real, something vulnerable, something they did not walk in intending to say. This happens because your presence creates an environment where performance feels unnecessary. The depth you carry makes surface-level interaction feel insufficient to the people around you. Here is the deep truth underneath all 7 of these signs. Intimidating people without intending to is simply what happens when you have done the work on yourself that most people haven't done yet. You are not the problem. You are simply ahead of where some people are comfortable being. So here is the question worth sitting with today. How many connections have you lost or never fully formed because someone mistook your depth for distance? And what might have been possible if they had stayed long enough to find out who you actually are?